The complexity of the software development process is increasing continuously, and the software testing approaches need to evolve to keep up with the development approaches. JMeter is one of the most preferred tools when it comes to any sort of performance testing or load testing. So in case you are designing a scenario using the JMeter manually, you must be asking if there is any way to record the browser interactions with JMeter automatically. Hi everyone, this is Shantini from Edureka, and in today's session we will see how to record a script in JMeter. Now before we begin our session today, let's have a look at the agenda. So first we will have a brief introduction to the script record in JMeter, and then we will have a look at the different prerequisites before we do this. And then we will see the different steps involved in the script recording. And finally, I'll give you a step-by-step guide on how you can record the scripts of your website in JMeter. So what is this script record? Now the record testing basically helps the tester to record and run their activity against the test target. So it is basically a type of automated testing, but for multiple users. So here the proxy server allows the JMeter to watch and record user activity while they are browsing web application with a normal browser. So how does this basically work? Now a proxy is basically a component which inserts between you and the remote server. In some way it's similar to a man-in-the-middle attack, except that you're spying on yourself. So as anything between the remote server and you goes through the proxy, when JMeter acts like a proxy, it can record all your browser interactions. So basically in this case, you have to make your JMeter act like a proxy for yourself. So now let's have a look at the different prerequisites for record scripting. So first thing, you would need the Apache JMeter tool installed in your system. Also for that, you would need Java 6 or later versions. So Apache JMeter is an open source Java application. So for that, you would need the Java installed in your system as well. And finally, you will need the Firefox web browser. So in order to make your JMeter work as a proxy and also perform the record scripting on any particular website, you would need the Firefox web browser here. Now moving on, let's have a look at the steps involved in the script record. So the first step is setting the HTTP proxy server. So in our JMeter, we will be including a test plan and then add a thread group and set our HTTP proxy server. Now moving on, the next step is to record your activity. Now once you have set the proxy server, it's time you record the activity. And then in the third step, you just have to run your test plan. So you just have to create your test plan, add the thread groups and the listeners and samplers, and then finally run your test plan. And in the final step, you just have to save your test results. In this way, you have used your JMeter as a proxy, and now you can finally record the scripts. So these are the 4 steps that you have to follow while performing the record scripting in JMeter. Now let's move on and take an example and see how you can actually record the script in JMeter. So I'll provide you with a step-by-step guide on how you can do that. Now before that, make sure you have already installed the JMeter in your system. And in case if you have any issues regarding the installation process, you can go back and check out our video on JMeter installation, and you can see how you can install this tool in your system easily. Now I have already installed the Apache JMeter in my system, so I will just go to the bin folder and click on the JMeter Windows batch file for my JMeter to start working. So you can see that the JMeter has started working, and this is my Apache JMeter user interface. So this is exactly where you create your test plan, and here we will be performing the scripting record in JMeter. So now here you have to create a test plan. So in order to create a test plan, the first thing you need to do is add a thread group. So here I have added a thread group, and I have number of threads or users as 1, and then I have my loop count as 1 as well. Now once you have added the thread group, now it's time to add the HTTP request. So here I'll take one HTTP request, and in this case I have to just add one server name. So for a server name, I'll just take our Edureka website itself. So the server would be www.edureka.co. So I'll go back to my JMeter and I'll just put this as my server, that is www.edureka.co. Now here you just have to specify the path, and then your HTTP request is done. Now, once you have added your HTTP request, the next thing that you have to do is go to your test plan, right click and go to add options, and here you have a non-test elements option inside which you can see that there's HTTP or HTTPS test script recorder. Now this will help us perform our script recording. So in this section we will be adding our port. Now you can put any value for your port. So suppose I'm putting the value as 8181. Now we'll come back to this later. Now before we work anything on this, we have to go back to our thread group and we will add one logic controller. Now inside logic controller we have recording controller. Now this recording controller will basically record the events that are taking place. So you can also record it in your test script recorder, but in case you want to record certain events individually, you can always select a number of recording controllers and name them accordingly and check how it is actually working. So now if I go back to my Edureka website, you can see that we have various categories that we can browse through. So let me just put at least 3 categories in my recording controller and see what is the result that is shown when I try to browse these particular options. So I'll go back to my JMeter. Suppose I'll just rename this one as cloud computing. Now you can also add another recording controller. So here I'll add another recording controller that will store all the events that occurred while I'm browsing the software testing section of the Edureka website. So let me just name this as software testing. So now let me just add another recording controller that will record the events when I enter the home page. So let me just name this as home page. That will record all the events that happens or that occurs as soon as I go inside my Edureka website. So now here we have created our test plan and we have inserted the thread group. We have also put the HTTP request for the server www.edureka.co, and I have segregated into 3 sections for the recording controller. So let me just arrange them in the order where first we go to the home page. So let me just arrange them as first home page and then cloud computing and then software testing. And also we have added our HTTP test script recorder. So now the most important thing that we need to do is add the proxy. So how do we make this JMeter work as a proxy? So anything that we are going to browse should act like a proxy. So for that you just have to go to your Firefox, your web browser, and then go to the settings. Here you have network settings. So as soon as we get into the settings, so you can see that I have set the manual proxy configuration. And here I have given the port number as 8181. It should always match with the port number of your HTTP test script recorder. So here I've given the port number value as 8181. Also the HTTP proxy is going to be localhost, and then use this proxy server for all protocols. So now once you have made these changes here, you just have to click on OK, and now this will work as a proxy server. Now one more step that you need to follow is, now inside your JMeter bin folder you have a file named as the Apache JMeter temporary root CA. So this is basically a security certificate. Now you have to go back to your browser and you can just find the option certificates here and then go to view certificates. So you go to the certificate manager and then go to the authorities, and then you just have to import this particular file inside your browser. So I have already done that and I've already imported the JMeter root CA for recording. Now once you have saved this, you can go back to your JMeter. So now your test plan is ready. So here you have inserted the test script recorder. Port number is 8181, which is similar to the port number that you have inserted in your web browser as well. Now here you can also add another listener, that is view results tree. So it will show you the test result in the form of a tree. Now before we start the test, let us just save this one. So I'll just save it as script record and save it. Now once I've saved it, I'll just go back to my test script recorder. Now I'll start the test here. Now before starting the test, I will save the target controller. So this basically shows where you want the script to be recorded. So for the first one, I'll just save it in the home page. So now whatever is recorded goes inside our home page. So now once this is done, I'll just start the test. Now you can see that it has been grayed out, and here I'll just select OK. Now once you have done this, so you can see that it has been grayed out, that means your test has started. Now you can go back to your browser, and I'll just go into the home page of our website. So I'll just go to www.edureka.co. So this is the web page of our Edureka website. Now let's see what are the scripts that has been recorded in my JMeter. So now once I go back to my JMeter, so you can see that the home page recording controller has recorded all these scripts that has been performed. So whatever task has been performed from the client to server end while I have loaded my home page, everything has been recorded here. Here you can see the entire HTTP request for each one of them and how it has been working. Also, you can go to the view results tree and see which one is working fine, and some of these events are not performing properly and some of them are working fine. So this is where you get to see that what are the actions that has been performed. So your homepage section basically records the entire task that has been performed when you have loaded the Edureka homepage. So now this is done. Now once I go back again, so I go to my test script recorder and stop this. Now I want to see when I go to my cloud computing page, what else is recorded here. So I'll go to the test script recorder and change it into cloud computing. So now as soon as I click the cloud computing option, when I want to browse the section of cloud computing inside the Edureka website, what are the events that are recorded from the client end to the server end. So I'll just start the test once again. Now once I've started the test, I'll just go back and now I'll go inside the cloud computing section of the website. So this is the cloud computing page, and you can see the various courses offered by Edureka in cloud computing. So now let's get back to JMeter and see what are the events that are recorded here. So now you can see that from the client to server end, whatever actions have taken place when I'm entering the cloud computing page is recorded in this part. So here you can see all the actions that have been performed here. So these are the different events that took place during that particular period where the client and server request took place. In the same way, I can go back and change this to software testing. Go back to the website and then go inside the software testing. So the software testing page has loaded here. Now once I go back, you can see that the events have been recorded here as well. Now these are the events that took place when I have entered the software testing page. So this is basically a method of communicating between the client and the server with the help of a proxy server. And in this case, your JMeter works as a proxy server itself. That is because only when it works as a proxy, it can record these particular events or scripts that are happening while you're performing any task. So you can see that these are the few simple steps that you need to follow while performing the script record in JMeter. So basically, this particular tool just makes your work easier and you do not have to record them manually anymore. JMeter will do it for you with the help of these few steps, and it will work as a proxy itself and help you get all the events that are included while you are loading any particular page or any particular section inside any website. Now once you're done with this, don't forget to go back to your options and change your settings into the basics. So I'll just select use system proxy settings and change my settings again, because now that I'm done with the testing, I don't need the JMeter to work as my proxy anymore. So this was all about today's session. I hope you understood how you can record your scripts in JMeter by following these few simple steps. Now, if you have any doubts regarding the working of JMeter or how you can perform any other sort of testing in JMeter, you can go back and check our playlist on JMeter and see how we have performed different kinds of testing in this particular tool. Also, if you have any doubts or issues regarding today's session, do let us know in the comment section below. Till then, thank you and happy learning.
I hope you have enjoyed listening to this video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries, and we will reply them at the earliest. Do look out for more videos in our playlist, and subscribe to Edureka channel to learn more. Happy learning!